I got some big old shoes. I know that to fill. Commander Harris apparently is probably one of the most square-away guys I've ever met in my life. Former military guy, just good guy all around. So I'm going to do my best to fill his shoes and keep the ball rolling. The North Division is running very well, by all accounts. I've been there now behind my desk for 4 days, and it's smooth sailing from my perspective. Obviously, I need to hear from the community. There's always issues and always things that we need to address. I've already shot off many emails to Lieutenant Pitts to have his DRT folks go look into things. And these PIP meetings, I did a bunch of them out at Clear Lake. Very active community down there. I always enjoyed them. They tended to be the same folks with some of the same problems, but we were always trying to solve things. And we had a couple of big town hall meetings too that went over very well to address specific issues that they came up. So I enjoy doing these. I like getting up in front of people and talking and taking questions. I don't know how much time we have tonight to field the questions, or we should do it at the beginning or the end, but I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I grew up in Detroit, one of 8 kids, no interest in police work whatsoever. I was always playing baseball and artistic and drawing and painting and sculpting. Went off to college, did a little bit of everything. Went to a school that had a fantastic criminal justice program. I didn't even give it a second look. Michigan State. I graduated out of there with a degree in art, which everybody always laughs at, but it is what it is. This was 30 years ago. Moved down to Texas because, as you know, in the 80s, Detroit and Michigan was kind of on some rough, Texas was too, but a lot of people were flowing down here. One of those people that flowed down here in 1980 was my oldest brother. And he ended up marrying a gal who grew up in the valley. I met my wife, who was her younger sister, at their wedding when we were 16. So when I moved down here, I was older. She helped me out, helped me get acclimated to Houston. I'd never lived anywhere but Detroit and up at school in Michigan State. And we ended up dating, we ended up getting married. So that's enough of my personal life. But police work, my older brother joined the police department in 1985. And when I moved down here in 89, I really didn't have any idea what I was going to do. I was looking for jobs, doing graphic design work and artwork, and there's no really doing that. So my brother said, why don't you ride along with me? I'm working for HPD. So I did a couple of ride-alongs, and police work is nothing like what I thought it was going to be. And as you know, it's a little bit of everything. It's like, you're like a guidance counselor, you're like a marriage counselor, you're like a law enforcer, you're everything, you're a million things. And I really liked it. And I thought, well, I'm going to give this a try. And that was 28 years ago. I went and applied, I got hired. I did my training out of the west side of town and worked there for the first 3 or 4 years. And then for no particular reason, I transferred to what I guess is called the near north side, 610 area, Quitman, inside the loop. Loved it. Spent 10 years there. In the meantime, I went and got a law degree, just kind of to have kind of a backup plan maybe. And my older brother did the same thing. He got his law degree before I did, and then he quit the department about 10 years on. And he tried to talk me into quitting and go be an attorney with him. And I said, you can do that. I got 10 years on, and I like it. That was 18 years ago. So I've been doing this ever since. I went from patrol officer to working up in the chief's office as an attorney, which was an excellent experience. I did that for 5 years, and then I promoted to sergeant. Took the next test, promoted to lieutenant, worked on the west side doing community service type stuff, and then took the next test and promoted to captain. And now we're called commanders, but I promoted to captain. And they put me out at Clear Lake, like Lieutenant Pitts told you. I did 3 years out there. It was fantastic, being over a patrol assignment. And then they moved me to Hobby for whatever reason. We don't decide, the chief and his executive chiefs decide who goes where. They put me at Hobby, it's a very tiny little division inside the airport. And it was different, and it was interesting. But when they told me I was coming back out to patrol, I looked at it as a very good thing, because I really do enjoy being a patrol captain. And I love interacting with the community. There's no real community to speak of at the airport. We had a lot of things going on, but it was just different, which I'm grateful for. But I'm glad to be back here. The only problem I have with this whole assignment is it's about as far away from my house as you can get. I live way down in Missouri City, which there's no real direct way to get here. So every day I'm commuting, but I'm super glad to be here. I'm looking forward to working with all of y'all. I absolutely love the patrol function within the department. To me, it is the backbone of the department, and it allows us to not only be out in the community every day solving problems, but to meet in a community like this, keep things moving forward. And I like what you said about the community will still be here, and I always think of that, and I'll probably butcher it, but it's that saying where they say, you plant trees that you know that you'll never enjoy the shade of them, you do it for future generations, and that's true. That's what we're here for too, build these relationships so that when I'm long gone, or he's long gone, or Al's long gone, there will still be this, and the relationship will endure. So that's about it for me. I might have left out something, but it was fast, and it encompassed my whole career pretty much. So I look forward to working with y'all, and we'll roll into the presentation unless y'all want to pepper me with some questions or anything. Nothing?
Yeah, your name.
Oh, I didn't even tell you all my name. I'm sorry. Jerome Stevens. Commander Stevens.
Commander
Yep.
Stevens. Okay.
Welcome to North.
How could I forget my name? And at some point I'll get business cards and we'll have them available too at future meetings. I ordered them, but they haven't come in.